So today's episode of Cooking Like Candy, I am going to make some chicken enchiladas. And enchilada sauce almost from scratch. I mean, I'm not doing my own tomatoes, even though I can, but I'm all about cheat codes. We're going to use some tomato sauce, cumin, chili powder, garlic powder, seasoning salt, paprika, black pepper. Then we're going to use, I love corn shells. Ty likes flour shells, so I'll do both. Ty doesn't eat beans unless they are baked beans from a barbecue, whatever. And some onion. The beans are for me, so I will do two different kinds. Probably put them all in the same pan because it's just Ty and I. I got two chicken breasts that I've already cleaned, so we're about to season these up. I got some oil in this pan, and then we're going to go ahead and start with the chicken first. And while the chicken is browning, we'll go ahead and start working on the sauce, okay? All right, so we're going to start with these chicken breasts. I'm learning how to hold this thing with one hand and season too, and sideways. Okay, that wasn't nearly what I was trying to get on there. So let's get some seasoning salt on there, okay? Make sure y'all got a good view. All right, then we're going to go ahead with some garlic powder. And I want to season these like I'm making some tacos or something, because that's the flavor I'm going for. Cumin and chili powder will definitely get you to that flavor. All right, a little paprika, some black pepper, some cumin, and some chili. Added a little butter into my already oiled pan, so I'm gonna add a little oil, and I turned it on. Okay, so here's where all of my seasonings are. I'm gonna just drizzle a little oil on here, and I'm gonna massage these in. It's really important to massage your flavors in, even though it's about to all cook together, and I'm gonna make it juicy, but you want to you don't want everything to just burn off of it, especially when you want to taste it. So kind of massage it in the best that you can while we're waiting on that oil to get warm and waiting on that butter to melt down. All right, so get them all massaged in. They look very spiced, but again, I did not use a lot of salt. Seasoning salt. Some of this stuff has, you know, sodium, but it's not salty, and I don't really use a lot. I'm gonna squeeze some lime juice on here because enchiladas or any Spanish cuisine, Mexican food, Spanish food tastes really good with lime juice. So it smells really good. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this heat around a little, and I'm gonna go ahead and just set that in there. And the whole thing is I want it to start browning and cooking, and I'm gonna kind of sweat this together because I have to get this to a shredded state. So I'm gonna just let that start cooking. So while that chicken is cooking, I'm going to just chop down a couple of little small minced pieces of green pepper and some small minced pieces of onion just to go on my sauce. You do not have to put these in if you don't like them. I've seen a lot of social media posts that say if you don't eat green peppers and onions, you're childish. But I'm going to just knock these out real quick and get ready for this sauce. Strips, and I'm just combing across them. My technique ain't all that great, but I do pay attention to what I'm doing. Kind of tuck those fingers away because you could cut them. And I just hold everything in place, and I get some super small dices or minced or whatever you want to call it, finely chopped. Except your onion is going to fall in a lot of other pieces, so I wouldn't cut it all the way off. I would just slice through it some. Don't cut it all the way to the bottom, just slice it and try to keep it together. You don't have to, but I kind of recommend it. And then you turn it and you slice it again this way. Try to keep it together. Then you just hold it all and just start chopping on it. Starts to brown, you're going to add a little chicken stock in it, because the ultimate thing is we're not trying to fry it, but we are trying to cook it. So I'm going to add this chicken stock in it, and I'm just going to cover this, and I'm going to let it smother or steam or broil or whatever you want to call it, because I just wanted those flavors to kind of get in. Cover this up and let them cook down. All right, so you got those chicken breasts, and they're cooking down. So over here in this pot or saucepan or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to add some olive oil because we about to get this sauce going, okay? So when I get the olive oil in there, I'm going to go ahead and add my fine chopped bell pepper, red onion, and some garlic. I'm going to just get that in there and let that caramelize a little bit. Cook really fast, so you want to kind of just stir it up to make sure it gets all the oil that you intended for it to get. But you want to let it cook first before you decide to go with the next step, which is going to be adding a little bit of flour or a little bit of cornstarch. Alright, so they're browning, and I don't want them to get too done because I still want that flavor to be in my sauce. So I'm going to sprinkle a little flour in here. If you are not good with guesstimated measurements, grab you like a tablespoon or so. And this sauce is only for me and Ty, so I'm not going to do a whole lot with it. And then I'm just going to sprinkle a little cornstarch in here. So I did flour and cornstarch. And I'm trying to just make like a, before roux was popular, everybody said a gravy. So I'm going to try to make a gravy. Now that I got this all brewing with my cornstarch and my flour, I'm going to go ahead and add some chili powder in here. Get that flavor of that chili powder together. And just blend it. Chili powder is rolling. Now I'm going to add some cumin. So go ahead and add some cumin in there. And get those all together. So now we're looking pretty good. I am about to open up my tomato sauce and add my tomato sauce in, but before I do, I am going to bless this with a little bit of chicken broth because I don't want it to get any darker. So I'm going to go ahead and add some chicken broth in there and mix those down. Mix it all down. See, that gravy was starting to get thick. I'm going to add a little more. So yeah, we're making gravy, if you didn't know how to make gravy. But I don't want it to stick. So got my chicken broth in there, loosen that gravy up. I'm about to reduce my heat on this. It smells so amazing, so amazing. I'll reduce my heat on this because now I have to add my tomato sauce. A splash of sugar so I can balance all of those spices. And yeah, I'm gonna let that simmer. So tomato sauce goes in. And I'm just now going to marry all of these flavors together. And let them blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. If you got some smoky paprika, it will go really good in here. I will dash a little bit of paprika in here as well. But let's mix this in and let it blend. It smells amazing. Oh yeah, I'll do a dash of sugar after I do my paprika. I'll sprinkle some paprika in here. Paprika is one of those seasonings that don't really have a taste, but it does. It's weird. I think I'm more infatuated with the red though. I am going to douse a little sugar, not even a lot, a little. It will not taste sweet, I promise you. So now I'm just going to let this all simmer in. I'm going to turn it all the way low. Put a lid on it and let it simmer down. It is a little thick. I don't know if you like yours thick. If you do, don't. You can add a little more chicken broth in it. Chicken broth is salty, so I have no need of adding any salt in here. If you like salt, go for it, but chicken broth on its own is salty, okay? Back over here to our chicken breast. I am just going to now cut through them Be mindful if you don't want to cut up the Teflon in your cooking material. I'm not cooking down to the bottom. I'm just slicing through it, especially for this one because this one is thick, and I want to make sure it all gets done at the same time because I'm going to shred through these once they're done, okay? So just be real mindful of that. So I just put my black beans into a pot while I'm waiting on the chicken. I'm just add a little butter in there, and then I'm gonna add a dash of this chicken broth, and I'm gonna let those boil and get soft. Do I make black beans from scratch? No. I don't know who does either, but I don't. I will let these get boiled over. I want them to get extra soft, so I'll overboil them only because that's how I like them. So it does not take chicken a long time to cook, but these are breast and we don't want to overcook them. That's why I put the water in them too, to keep them moist. But you want to start shredding them. They're already pretty much done, and you just want to pull them apart. And once you start to pull them apart, they'll start kind of helping you out and doing the rest of the work. So you just take 2 forks and you go to your biggest chunks, and you just start pulling the meat apart, and it kind of just shreds. So once you kind of get the bigger pieces down, you just grab another chunk and you just hold it with 1 fork and you just shred through it. It don't really take a lot of work. You just got to work through those big chunks first, and then you just go through it and shred through it with a fork. Try to get your biggest, chunkiest pieces down, and then I'll show you what to do next. We're going to add a little sauce, not a lot, a little. Okay? Once we add that sauce in there, we're going to get all this chicken mixed into that sauce. And we are now about to start our enchiladas. You're going to warm your corn tortillas up, okay? And you're going to kind of just fry them up a little bit just to get them soft. If you fold them without them being soft, they will crack and break. So you don't want to do that to your corn tortillas. You want to kind of fry them up and get them soft so that they can wrap and fold the way you need them to. Really quick, put some oil down, flip both sides, make them soft. Then you can go ahead and transfer that. I'm going to grab some tongues because I'm not that mighty where I can just touch the hot stuff like that. First enchilada, you're going to get some of the meat. And remember, we got to make a whole pan, so we're not going to put too much. The meat is already oiled, but you don't want to put too much, okay? If I was eating one of these, I would put some beans on it, but it's not for me, it's for Ty. So I got my chicken. I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese. And that's all she wants. So after that, I'm just going to roll it. Fold that over. And roll it. And set it roll side down, okay? That may be a lot of meat. It might fall out the back, but it's okay. Cheese it up. And I'm going to roll it. And set that one right next. For mine, they are smaller, but they are still good. I put less meat. I put some of my beans. Some of my black beans. And then I roll it. But again, these are smaller, so it's definitely going to fall out the back. But that's a perfect little roll for me, okay? Get the beans off Tiana's side. I do another one. Oh, I didn't add cheese in that other one. No worries. I'll add it again. Drop some beans in there. Some cheese in there, and then I'm going to roll it. And good thing we went on and heated these, because if we didn't, they would be. So I got Thai flour and my corn all plated. And now I am about to have some fun with this sauce. Drizzle it across the top of all of them. And we like sauce, so it's okay. Play with them, have fun. You want it to go down in the bottom, because that's just going to make everything all better, okay? And I'll leave some sauce just in case you want some afterwards. We're going to drizzle it with cheese. I use a Mexican style cheese. It just has Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso, and I guess it's called asadero. Hope I said that right. And if you want it cheesy, go for it. I think this is enough because I got cheese in the inside. Ty wants hers cheesy, so her side to be heavier.
That's good.
Okay. So then we're gonna place it in the oven uncovered. I got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. Put it in there and let this cheese melt and let that sauce cook under there and let it get formed. And we will be eating chicken enchiladas. And I'm about to pull these out the oven, and we are about to eat. I don't know how to make this look pretty, because I don't, but here's my plate, and I'm about to slam. Bon appetit.